So, yet another year has passed us, leaving us at an extraordinary time in world history. More complex and challenging, trials for its citizens to cope with and for its diplomats to resolve. In a year that's seen dramatic shifts in international power, it appears that the modern diplomat needs to be an expert in conflict resolution, poverty alleviation, climate change, as well as government PR and nation branding. The scale of global challenges facing us today, economic, social, environmental and security, weigh upon us all. There have been more states in conflict in the past 12 months since the Second World War, and yet diplomacy is more important than ever. Governments must believe that diplomacy should displace defence at the core of international policy. And so the role of the diplomat is as important as ever. Despite the conveniences of modern technology, the tact, persuasiveness, influence and guile of a great diplomat is far more powerful and effective than an email or letter. Diplomacy is the brain of a nation. It's been said that the quality of a nation's diplomacy gives it direction and weight. And so it's important that we appreciate the great conductors of diplomacy this evening. Already dealing with one of the most intense workloads in 2012, diplomats posted in London face a year when almost every country will have a delegation visiting the capital for Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee celebrations and London's 2012 Olympics. Tonight, we're celebrating the exceptional minds who are trying to better their nation's well-being. All this not to win votes, but in pursuit of a harmonious world. These are the diplomats of the 164 nations represented in London today, who we will continue to support with Diplomat magazine throughout 2012. This award ceremony recognises the outstanding work and achievements of the diplomatic community in London. In our 4th year, we've identified 12 categories that recognise different levels of diplomacy. I'd like to thank the judges from the diplomatic community who helped us wade through some very lively debate to resolve difficult decisions in all categories. Thank you also to all the diplomats who sent in over 300 nomination forms, which were analysed and made the judging process a complex one. Also, this evening would not be possible without our sponsors. I would like to thank the Langham London for their extreme generosity in hosting us here this evening in this stunning ballroom and the delicious food that you're all enjoying. I'd like to thank International Diplomatic Supplies for supplying the delicious champagne and wines, and to Cleve & Co, who made these distinguished awards that have been specially created for our winners here this evening, something that I hope our victors will treasure forever. And of course, a huge thank you to the sponsors of the prizes, Jaguar Land Rover, General Trading Company, and the diplomatic insurer Clements Worldwide, who've all continued their support of Diplomat magazine in sponsoring this evening's awards. Our next award goes to Diplomat of the Year from Asia. Representing an island state with big challenges, this head of mission is an example of exemplary hard work which has developed the state-to-state relations that his country relies on. The youngest head of mission appointed by his country to the UK, he's also a qualified doctor, an academic, and is chairman of a large multinational conglomerate employing over 8,000 people. He currently holds key roles in various Commonwealth organisations, all part of the tapestry that has given him such a rounded view of international relations. This diplomat represents a nation that's promised the innovative reconstruction focuses on the future by fully mobilising its signature strength, a resilient, pluralistic and inclusive society, the start of a new era. He is, of course, the High Commissioner for Sri Lanka, His Excellency Dr. Chris Nonis.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Your Excellencies, hosts, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to actually accept this award. I think I feel deeply humbled and extremely privileged to have been nominated by the international community. I think it's a wonderful award not only for me, but for my country and for my people. I must first thank His Excellency, President Mahinda Rajapaksa, for the trust and the confidence that he has placed in me at this extremely important mission in London, and the Minister of External Affairs, Professor G.L. Puris. I also take this opportunity to thank particularly all the members of staff at the Sri Lankan High Commission, the ministers and councillors, and all members of staff, because it is you who are the real high ambassadors and high commissioners for Sri Lanka. And without you, I couldn't have achieved what I have achieved in these 8 months. I also really take this opportunity to remember my late parents, my wonderful mother and father, and my grandparents, for instilling me their wonderful principles and values. Also for instilling in me that enormous depth and breadth of understanding of people. And also my sisters, Shamini and Shelley, who've been always there for me during the difficult times as well as the good times. And what my family and my friends, and my wonderful friends, who have always been there to support me, and what they have instilled in me is a respect and understanding for the diversity of different people. Because I believe, and I know we as Sri Lankans believe, that it is that the beauty of people is that we're all different. That is what makes us human beings. We all have faults, we all have constraints and challenges, but we all try. Because I believe that it is when we respect each other's diversity that we provide each other with dignity. And it is when we provide each other with dignity that we ensure that throughout the international community, we live in peace and harmony. As you know, after 28 years of bitter conflict with terrorism, we finally achieved peace in our country. The people of Sri Lanka are now free of the autocracy and hegemony of terrorism, and we achieved that peace under the leadership of His Excellency, President Mahinda Rajapaksa. And we now have that historic and unique opportunity to make that transition from developing to developed nation as we build a truly pluralistic society. We are firmly embarked on a very comprehensive rehabilitation, reconciliation, and reconstruction program in our country. And we are embarked on building a truly inclusive society. As I've always said, I'm not Sinhalese or Tamil or Muslim or Burgher. I am Sri Lankan, and I'm proud to be Sri Lankan. I'm particularly proud to be Sri Lankan on this day today, particularly because the entire international community has given an index of confidence in our country. And I thank you all for giving us this, and I invite you all to join in Sri Lanka's Renaissance. Thank you.